Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Chats from the Blog Cabin. Today we're all about journaling, and my friend Christine, who you may remember from Journaling Through, about a month or so ago, you came on and we talked about how journaling can be beneficial to your health. And after we got off the conversation, I told Christine I wanted you to come back and do a guided journaling session. So that's what we're going to be doing today. But we're also going to be able to have a chance to win a giveaway. Christine has some really amazing books. And so that for guided journaling. So you have a chance to win your choice of one of her books for guided journaling. And then I threw in one of my, you guys can actually, all you have to do is message me and tell me what's your favorite, whether it's flower or color or whatever. You'll get a chance to win my favorite type of journal, these paper journals, just in case you went out of the room with Christine's, plus a pen pack, and maybe a candle or a coffee mug, depending on your choice. So, Christine, welcome back to Chats from the Blog Cabin.
Thank you so much, Melissa. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so thrilled to share some guided journaling prompts with you and the audience.
Yeah, so let's first talk about journaling. Let's get into it a little bit. What exactly is it? And I know a lot of people think they have to have all these really amazing tools and everything else, but really basically it's just a pen and a paper, right?
That's it. And if you were technologically, more to that side, then you can just use your computer. Like it's literally just words on some form of paper where you can read it back to yourself.
So I know when I journal, because I also journal my blogging, so that's kind of a whole other thing. But when I journal, I kind of like to have a little set spot in my house. Is that something that most people do?
It is. And I recently spoke to a gentleman, and he loves to journal. And now with lockdown, he used to do it in a specific space in his house. Now he just gets in his car and drives up the street to the school, and he sits in the parking lot and journals. So absolutely, having that dedicated space for your mind and for your body just to be away from distractions is a really, really good idea.
Yeah, and during COVID, a lot of people, I know you're in Canada, so you said Canada is still on lockdown totally. Yeah. You can't go anywhere. You can't buy anything. We were just talking about how you wanted to share your screen and have two screens, and you can't buy anything to get two screens. So let's talk about what people need to journal.
Right. So you do really just need a space, but also, I find difficulty comes in when you are dealing with things like lockdown. You feel really overwhelmed, and that might make it hard for you to journal. So, through our workshop, we're going to show you some techniques on how to really bring that mind space into creating that. If you can't physically go to journal somewhere, how to do that in your mind and create that serene space.
Now, what kind of tools do they need for journaling? Basically, pen and paper?
Literally a pen and paper. Yeah. And if you are joining this workshop live, please have a pen and paper too, because it's going to be interactive.
Ooh, this is going to be so cool. So how do you suggest people start journaling?
Well, I think I read it on your blog. It said the best time to do something was 20 years ago, and the next best time is now. So just literally start. Just literally sit down and start. We're going to show you some in our workshop, a couple of prompts to get you going, but there is a plethora of journaling prompts out there. Online, you can follow our blog. I provide so many journaling prompts. So literally just take one and start.
Now, before we get into that, let's talk about some of your journaling books so that people, as they're commenting, are going back and looking at the replay, they can figure out which particular one they want.
Absolutely. So I actually have 14 or 13 journals. I am so sorry. I did put my cell phone on Do Not Disturb. Okay. So the first one is Journaling Through Infertility. So this one is, for people who are struggling to conceive. Then we have our alignment journal. This one is just for anybody who would like to up their journaling practice. It's filled with wonderful prompts. Or if you're new to journaling, I would definitely recommend this one. It doesn't deal with a life-altering event. And then I can go through the whole list. So we have loss and grief. We have one for working moms. We have one if you're a friend or family supporting somebody with cancer. Nature journaling. This one is a favorite of mine. Divorce. Not the best subject, but it happens. And with this journal, it actually just saves you money. And then one for our professional caregivers, which we're so thankful for, especially in this time, the frontline workers. This one for yourself or for somebody in the field would be a fantastic addition. And then the first one that I ever created, journaling for breast cancer.
Wow, that's a lot of journaling. I love that. And you also said the nature journaling and the alignment can be good for both men and women.
Absolutely, as well as the loss and grief one, as well as the one that is for friends and family who have somebody with cancer. Those ones are not specific. Pretty much just the infertility, pregnancy, and working moms one would be more focused, and breast cancer for women.
Yeah. Okay, so now let's start getting onto the workshop.
Awesome. All right. So I will share my screen with you. And if anybody is watching live, do feel free. Melissa, right? You can comment, you can ask some questions. I'll make sure to see that. And then let me just share my screen and we can get started. Excellent. Great. Can everybody see that?
Yep.
Excellent. All right. So, journaling through life, we are writing our way to wellness. Now, first of all, it is Mental Health and Mental Illness Awareness Month, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to take a second to explain the difference between mental health and mental illness. So, mental health, everybody has mental health. If you have physical health, if you are living in this 3D body, you have mental health. It is the capacity to be resilient in challenging circumstances, to know where to find help, to, know your limits, or to know how to expand and to build on your skill set. Mental health is also to be happy and to enjoy the everyday things. It's to really find your purpose. So mental health, everybody has it, versus mental illness. Mental illness is something that needs to be diagnosed by a professional. Usually this includes a treatment plan, occasionally medication. And an interesting thing to think about it is that even people with mental illness can have strong mental health, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people without a mental illness can have a very weak or very low mental health. So if you are super anxious, it might not mean that you are going to be diagnosed with social anxiety disorder, right? It just means that your mental health is in a low state and you can do things to help build up that resilience. So our journals are for mental health, which means it's for everybody. They are used in psychological practices and counseling, life skill places. We have a lot of professionals who work with us, but it is for your mental health. All right. Another one of my favorite quotes is everyone who's ever taken a shower has an idea. It's the person who gets out of the shower, dries off, and does something about it who makes a difference. Now here's,
I love that.
right? Everybody has shower thoughts, but it's not going to matter if you don't do anything with it, right? And this is the part where we get into active self-care. Melissa and I were chatting about this before, where, taking a bubble bath can be relaxing, but it's also personal hygiene. You sort of got to clean yourself at some point, right? Mm-hmm. It's not active self-care. So active self-care is participating in your journey. It's definitely something that, there's a lot of confusion. And I find it very similar to the mental health and mental illness conversation, where it's, self-care is just, a pedicure. Okay, sure, but you're taking care of your feet. But did it transform you so that you can have the energy to live a good life, to deal with things, to thrive, right? I'm not saying it's not important. I'm just saying that there is definitely a difference between active self-care and just things that make us feel good. So this is what journaling does. It delves deep. It actively transforms your thoughts. And if you can keep it up, if you can start a habit, you will definitely see how it transitions from a low mental health to building that resilience and becoming that strong mental person. All right. And now, without further ado, we're going to do a centering meditation just before we write. And like Melissa said in the intro, finding a space is so important to clear your mind. So if you can't physically do that, I suggest, doing a meditation wherever you are so that your mind can be in that serene spot. So you're welcome to close your eyes. Welcome to your centering meditation before writing. Sit or stand in a comfortable position. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Focus on your jaw. Physically relax the muscles. Become aware of your tongue and drop it to the bottom of your mouth. Are your shoulders touching your ears? Release the tension and drop your shoulders into their natural position. Gently shake out your wrists. Maybe turning your hands back and forward, and gently place them back on your lap or wherever they are comfortable. Envision the energy and gravity from the core of the earth. A fiery bowl of yellow, orange, golden energy, reaching layer by layer, going up, 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 towards the ground where you are standing. The warmth of this energy flows through your toes, up towards your knees, towards your hips. As it moves to your heart, it connects to your chest. Breathe a deep breath in and feel how the energy expands and fills up your lower body. Open your intuition, third eye, or however you resonate with your creativity. Through your intuition, see the vast and powerful cosmos above you. A purple light of energy swirls above your head. Invite the energy back into your body as it connects through your head towards your throat and connecting harmoniously to the grounded energy from the earth. These two energies circle around you and through you to remove all doubt, fear, insecurities, and judgment, leaving you with inspiration, empowerment, and balance. Stay here for a moment and experience these energies. Inhale creativity exhale anything that no longer serves you. When you are ready, open your eyes. You are now ready to begin your writing. All right, so we can slowly come back. I hope everybody feels creative, centered, balanced, grounded. Now, as we discussed, this workshop is an interactive one, so please have your pencil or pen and your journal, blank journal ready. At the top of your page, write "Thank you" and your name. This is just a nice way to connect with yourself, to thank your body for all it's capable of doing, and for this creativity, for the wisdom. It's nice to thank yourself sometimes, right? Underneath it, draw a heart and write down 3 words of creativity that comes to mind. No overthinking needed, just the 3 words that come to mind. On the piece of paper, I would like for you to draw a vertical line down the middle of the page. So on the top, write 100%, and on the bottom, 10%. Now, this is an energy meter. So I want you to take a moment to think of where your energy is right now. So 100% energy means you are calm, you're balanced, you're ready to take on the world. 10%, you're tired, burnt out, anxious, all of those type of emotions. And again, this is another wonderful thing about journaling. It gives you a snapshot of where you are right in this moment. So just where you are right now, where your energy is at. Now we're going to take a moment to reflect on our daily interactions with ourselves, our jobs, our family, our friends, as well as events that we have control over and those that we don't. So now by using this energy meter, write down one activity that moves you down to the 10% energy and one that moves you upwards towards the 100%. So for example, if you love doing gardening and you haven't done it in so long, that would be something that would move you up. Or if you love baking, or if you haven't seen your family in forever, you love them, but you haven't seen them, that will move your energy down towards the 10%. And now here comes the fun part about guided journaling. And this is how all our journals are structured. It brings point A to point B to the finale of where we want to be. So below the energy meter, I invite you to journal down practical, doable, and fun ways that can bring your energy back up using the creative words you used in your heart prompt. So one would be for your body, an energy increase for your mind, and an energy increase for your soul or spirit, because we are holistic beings. And all of our journals also work with all 3 of these components. If one is out of balance, the other 2 will be out of balance as well. And while you are writing, I will talk just for a minute, and then I will give you a couple of minutes to do this activity. For example, say you love walking in nature, but you are walking and you just come home and you don't feel like anything has really changed in you, right? Because people always say, yeah, just reconnect with nature. So how are you practically going to connect with nature? What is a doable thing and what is fun? Perhaps it is taking a guided journal with you, sitting down, looking at, hey, this is a tree I've never seen before. I should draw a picture of it, or I should write down what it looks like. Look at how the animals are interacting. Is there a life lesson that you can learn from nature? Look at all the plastic that's around you. Look at all the trash, right? Like, how can you doably increase your energy? Because this brings it back to my point of active self-care. Active self-care means that you're actually physically actively participating in your own self-care. And this is how journaling can do that for you. So you can write down, I love reconnecting with nature. I went for a walk today. An energy increase for my body is I'm going to take a reusable bottle with me, or I'm going to do some plugging, trash picking up, right? For my mind, I looked how a mama bird was feeding a baby bird. This reminded me of my relationship with others and how we should be nurturing. Increase for my spirit and soul, I sat on a rock and felt the wind as if, it was the first day feeling the wind. That was so uplifting. If that makes any sense, this is how we actively participate and bring our energy up. Was there any questions on that? Good. All right. Then I'll give people a few minutes to do it.
Now, guys, remember to comment and ask questions for a chance to win prizes, because that's very important, right, Christine?
Absolutely. Winning is important. But yes, we would love to hear your comments, and feel free to share if you would like on what you've written. So shall we move on, Melissa? You think we can?
I think so. If anybody needs extra time, just say, hey, you need extra time.
Or we will have this on replay so you can watch it and pause the video at any time. That's why I know you're not supposed to put so much information on slides, but because you can watch it again, you can just pause it and read it. So. Now, I would like to leave you with this quote. I like to think of ideas as potential energy. They're really wonderful, but nothing will happen until we risk putting them into action. So this is what I would like to say for, also the vulnerability piece of journaling through. As much as it is important to be kind to others, when you start journaling, when you start doing this journey of transformation, be kind to yourself, have that compassion, be open, don't judge, yourself harshly. This is your process. It's your story. And if you win, everybody wins, right? Oh, I think Rose gave us her 3 words.
Yep. Rose said laughing, joking, and writing. So I'd love to see how she kind of combined those to do her energy level. So Rose, if you're still watching, tell us how you combine those, how you get your energy level up.
Right. And the nice thing about this energy meter is obviously we change every day. Things around us change every day. I think we really discovered how quickly things can change. So just doing this really quick, not quick, but it's very simplistic. And the more you do it, the faster you can tap into your own energy so that on a daily basis, hey, where am I at? Am I at like 20%? All right, these are the things I need to go. What did I do yesterday? Look in your journal, see, oh, okay, these 3 things really helped. And another thing I was thinking about this morning actually is I love baking. Rose actually knows that. But sometimes there's just not enough time, and baking for me becomes a chore. So even if the thing that you used to love brings you energy, it's not going to bring you energy every single time, because your circumstances will change. Again, being flexible, but then writing it down. You're just allowing yourself to reconnect with what works for you at that time, that snapshot of time. Right. And Rose, yes, feel free to let us know. And that is it. So congratulations, you have completed a guided journaling prompt, and you can stick it to your wall. You can stick it to your office wall to remember, to keep your energy up, to practice, active self-care, and to really take care of your mental health, because again, everybody has it. So
you cracked me up when you said stick it. I was like, you stick it to the person that you just stuck it to in the journaling. That's all I could think of when you said stick it.
Well, you can, I guess, if that helps your energy. Just stick it.
Okay, Rose has a comment. It says, writing increases energy for my soul because it solidifies things, and having them agreed upon with myself frees up energy spent on anxiety or worry. And that is so true. You can get a lot of stuff that you're worried about and that you're anxious over. You do a brain dump, and then it's gone. You're not worried. It's like your subconscious is not focusing on that anymore.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I always think about it, and this is not my analogy, but a friend of mine, as a ball of wool. And, all of the parts are there. You just need to sort of unravel it. And that is what journaling does, so that it's streamlined and it's not this, crazy knotted thing that gets stuck. And Rose, to your point, from your soul, but it also affects your body. If you're anxious and you're carrying all that with you, this is stress that your body is not in its natural position to do. A natural body is a calm one. It's a balanced one. It's a one that can move freely, right?
Mm-hmm. And then we have another comment. This is coming from YouTube. Lynette says, I would love to take the purple and yellow energies of the visualization and journal where I find it in nature. Thanks for the awareness to interact, energies, and self-care. I love that.
Thank you, Lynette. Yeah, absolutely. Purple and yellow. And every time you see a dandelion, you're going to think of that yellow. Right?
Instead of thinking of the weed that's already in your yard.
Exactly. You're going to say, hey, that's positive energy. Right. Oh, I love that.
Plus, too, I think they said something about a yellow door. If you paint your door yellow, that it's like a positive energy flow as well.
Right. I love that little color therapy there and color theory. I just love that. And again, that's active, right? Mm-hmm. I think that is what if you're actively participating in your self-care, you need to put in the effort. And I think that is where most people either feel too overwhelmed or too afraid. So, this was a very simple guided journal. Do you agree? Mm-hmm. Would you agree? It wasn't overwhelming. It wasn't, it was just simply putting your words on a piece of paper.
And it didn't take, of course, you could probably get more in depth doing it, because we try to do a really quick, little bit one, but they could, if they had 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and especially if you're going out in nature and just sitting down and just observing and just soaking in nature to begin with, and then journal what you felt. Like you could sit there for more than 10 minutes, 20 minutes, just looking if you have that time.
Absolutely. And like you said, this one was sort of just an introduction on getting people ready for it. But you can do whatever you would like. If creativity is not the word you want to use in your heart, use something else. There's a whole dictionary full of words that you can use. Yep. Write 3 words of light, 3 words of love, 3 words of resilience, 3 words of, there's 5 journal prompts right there for you. And how are you going to use those words every single day to bring up your energy and to make sure that you have that filled vessel from which you can serve others and your community?
Yeah. And then Rose says, laughing gives more energy from more oxygen intake. I love that.
Isn't that?
Yes, laughing is amazing. Even if you're not in a great mindset, you can actually just go Netflix and Google something. Netflix is something really funny, like The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt with some of the things, that's one of the things that I crack up laughing if I'm really feeling down. Or if you're on HBO Max and you go to Friends, because you can't go through an episode of Friends without cracking up laughing as well. So
I completely agree. We're rewatching Seinfeld, and it's funny in a lot of different ways too. Where it's like none of this would fly now, but it's so funny. You're so right. And I think even journaling also might have this perception that it only needs to be for challenge and only for like the bad times in life. But like I said in the beginning, mental health is also enjoying the positive things in life. So to your point, if laughing gives you that boost of energy that you need, write down what was funny. Because if it was funny today, maybe it's not funny and you can laugh that it's not funny because you found it so funny. Or, you're keeping a journal of what is hilarious.
Yeah, that's true. And something you can go back to on a time, like, especially if you have kids and you journal about what some funny things that your kids say. Because now that my kids are like 25, 23, and 19, I go back and look at what they said when they were younger, and it just cracks me up. I just start laughing. I'm like, they have not changed one bit. You know how that goes.
I do. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. So yes. Oh, you didn't get time to do the last one? Sure. But yes, we will definitely post it on Melissa's channel so that you can stop and look at it at any time. And now we will also choose, I think Melissa can tell us how to win one of the journals, and I put up the names just here.
Basically, to win one of the journals, we're going to leave it open for a week because we decided, since it's 1:00 and it's Memorial Day weekend for the United States and other places in the world, it's not. But for the United States, is where I'm based at. It's Memorial Day. So I want to give a shout out real quick to all the people who are serving or have served and have lost their lives, and to remember them today. But basically what you need to do is to watch the replay. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay, comment on the replay, because you still have a chance to win on the replay. I mean, you didn't have to be present this particular day to win, but make sure you comment. We're going to leave it up for a week because we figured a week was plenty time for everybody to get up and do that. And I'm going to actually take the thing out so Christine and I can actually get back to talking so we don't have her screen up there. Okay. All right. So we figured a week was plenty of time to give everybody a chance to win, right, Christine?
Absolutely. And again, that act of self-care, you need to start doing something. So, like, comment, subscribe, share.
We do have a question from Lynette. Says, can you apply the energy meter when reading old entries? I'm sure you can.
That's a very good question. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Like, do you mean like going back to your journal entries and then seeing, oh, my energy was here and here, and then seeing maybe what the circumstances was, who was present? Are you able to, get your energy back up that way?
Yeah, because I think also too, you'll be able to reflect, hey, I was in this situation and I've changed it because now I can see where my energy was. And Lynette said yes. She commented yes. You can go back and look at certain situation that you're in and see how you dealt with that situation at that particular time and how you deal with it now. And you learn. Going back and reading the old journal entries, you definitely learn. So
absolutely. That's the power of journaling. Because it's a snapshot of where you were now. And then you can look at how much you've grown. If you look at it now and say, wow, that's how I felt. That's what happened. This is how strong I am right now.
Yep, that is so true. So basically journaling, you don't need a set place. I mean, it's nice if you do have a set place, but if you can do it in your car, do it in your car. I do want to bring up the option that if you don't have a chance to write down on pen and paper, you can take your phone, because everybody has your phone. Go into the voice notes and leave yourself messages and just journal that way, because it's a lot easier to do that. Sometimes we're more stressed and we want to get our feelings out and we don't have pen and paper. Just go to the notes parts and just voice message.
Absolutely. That is a great idea. Yes. Or you can text to or voice to text.
Mm-hmm.
And they could just even transcribe it for you.
Yeah. But sometimes transcribing from the voice to text is not always the greatest thing in the world.
Like what?
like when you're driving, because my car's hooked up. It plays Apple CarPlay and it hooks up. And then I go to text my friend like, hey, I'm on my way or something. And it'll come out with some weird crap that I did not say. And I'm like, oh, no, do not want to send that.
I think everybody is forgiven. Everybody knows how technology works and how it doesn't. But you're right. Absolutely right. Oh, that's wonderful.
So, guys, do we have any more questions before Christine and I hop off? If so, please drop them in the comments. I know we're watching YouTube and Facebook, so I'm so excited that you guys have commented, and I hope you got a lot out of journaling. I hope it helps you.
And if there's any other questions, I have a website full of blog articles to help you get started on your journaling journey. You know, we have YouTube videos. Melissa has a ton of information on her website as well on how to, you know, live a wonderful life. Excellent. Thanks, Rose.
You must be giving a workshop, in-person workshop?
No.
No?
Online.
Online. Again, online. That's right, because you guys are totally locked down. Whereas United States, things are getting back to normal here.
Oh, that's lovely. Yes. Hopefully we can do the same soon.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people are like, because since the vaccine came out and like they're offering it everybody basically free in the US. So
Right. Yeah, ours is free too, but it's we'll hopefully get ours soon too.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that's all we have. And so Christine, I want to thank you so much for coming on and chatting with us about guided journaling. Journaling is actually part of, like a blog as well. Like you can start your own blog but with your journal. So
absolutely. Or self-publish a book, publish your memoir. Yeah, tons of options.
I love that. Oh, okay. Well, so exciting. Thanks for sharing. Stay safe. That's what Lynette says. So on that note, thank you, Lynette and Rose and everybody else who has commented or has tuned in to watch. And we'll leave the giveaway open for a week and check back next Monday. I think Christina are going to come back on next Monday. Sound good? And we can announce the winners. Yes. So guys, and we do have a plan to do a guided workshop, nighttime one, because we talked about that before. We haven't set the date yet, but we're going to have a guided workshop for a night time. It's for people who couldn't catch it during the day.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Melissa. Thank you so much for having me on again. Absolutely love what you're doing. And I'm glad that everybody got something out of it today.
Yes. And thank you for coming on as well, Christine. And I can't wait to meet up with you next week and share who's the winner is. Yeah. And then we'll go from there. We'll set a time for our nighttime workshop. I'm thinking July because July is like my birthday month and everything else. So I think that'd be great. I could actually give back on my birthday, around my birthday.
Aim for July. I like it.
Aim for July. Yeah. So guys, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you on the next chat from the blog cabin. Bye, guys.